Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Express Lane, the show that gives you speedruns in 60 minutes or less. I'm your host, Oscar424, with occasional appearances from my co-hosts Galahad and Freya, but they're being good right now, so shh. In honor of Halloween and spooky things, I decided to go the colorful platformers and rainbows and sunshine and happiness, because it makes total sense, right? Yeah, we'll get to that. First, I do have a couple things I have to say. Sadly, GDQX is over. But at that point, you have to keep your eyes on our YouTube channel for the VODs coming up in the next few days in case you missed it. On the bright side, Awesome Games Don't Get Quick 2024 will be live in person from January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Make sure you use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info. Also, if you want to check out that games list that's really heckin' cool, you might want to go to gamesdonequick.com to take a look at that. But anywho, like I said, we've got some colorful platformers heading our way with, let's see here, we've got Spongebob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. We have Dodo Peak. But for right now, the first run we have is Splatoon 80% with King J. So, King J, take it away.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name's King J0444. This is the scariest game you'll see tonight. This is Splatoon released for the corpse of a system, which is the Wii U. And this is 80%. 80% had a huge shakeup this year, where this game is from 2015, and 8 years later, a new giant skip was found that saves 20 minutes. World record at the start of this year was just under 50 minutes. Our estimate is 40. So that should show you something. Would my commentator like to introduce himself, by the way?
Hello, hi, I'm Lantro, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this super scary game.
I know.
Might have to close my eyes. I don't know if I can do it.
It's terrifying. I can't close my eyes. I have to do the run. Chat, this is a good time for, while we explain what Splatoon is, I need you all to make the hardest decision of your life. Are we going to play as Inkling Boy or Inkling Girl? It's going to matter so much. It saves 6 years, so pick correctly.
6 years.
So Splatoon is a third-person platformer shooter from Nintendo that blew up in popularity. Everybody started running at 80%, and because of the fact that it had a really cool movement, where as a squid you move faster in the ink, but you can only shoot that ink when you're in kid form. So it became very trying to optimize both forms. And the biggest skip at the time was World 4 skip, where you skipped all of World 4, saving about 12 minutes. And that was the biggest skip in the game until recently. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But I see an overwhelming...
pretty unanimous.
Yeah.
I see an overwhelming amount of girl in chat. So
Squid Girl dinner. Let's go.
Let's get it.
this category is crazy. There's a lot to go over in like 30-ish minutes. So we'll just go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right. Starting off, I have to do something horrifying. I have to use motion controls, which I never use. So
Yeah.
This is scary.
One of our 2 sticks mains in the community, and Splatoon 1, you don't have the option until you get out of intro to actually change to sticks, so you get to see what your motion controls are like.
It's not good. It's a little shaky.
Every time we go through your intro, I'm reminded how much you jump.
Thank you.
But it's okay, we're going.
Wait, look, I'm just jumping for joy, okay? We get to show off this category. This category is really cool now.
Actually, so real.
I'm in the very minority. That was a great bomb. I'm in the very minority of the people who actually think that 80% was changed for the better with this trick that was found. And most people say that it was better beforehand, just because you got to see more of the game. But we like breaking games here, and skipping a lot
lot.
This category.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna agree with you. The new 80% is better.
Wait,
I did like old 80% before, but
you break games in speedruns? What?
Oh.
No.
This is a bad time
we
to tell
break
you.
the game.
We were talking about that
go
Kong game
fast.
earlier. That Kong game that came out that can be beaten in 15 minutes.
Oh my god. I'm learning that
What a
run, and it's
masterpiece.
so funny.
So we have some cutscenes here. Because of the fact that we can skip so much of the game now, a lot of the game now, I think a good, like, I want to say fifth of the run is just cutscenes, which is crazy. And then pretty much almost a third of the run is the final boss. So
Yeah.
it's really funny.
Jeez.
But yeah, so this is the main hub. Splatoon is mainly an online game. Soon to not be, because the online servers are being shut down next year.
That's the greatest tragedy of all, honestly.
The Wii U
Splatoon 1
servers.
multiplayer. Splatoon 1 multiplayer was so good, though. I went back and played it not too long ago.
Did you actually?
Great time. Yes.
How did that go? The last time I played Splatoon 1 online, someone hacked my lobby. Whoops, I accidentally hit the wrong thing.
Okay, that happens sometimes.
Okay, I accidentally
We should hop on
turned on
sometime.
colorblind mode almost, but we're good.
Ooh.
So yeah, I turned off motion controls. I'm like Lancho said, me and Adept, shout out to Adept, are like the main people who are the sticks runners in the Splatoon community. And I don't know why, I just never have liked the motion controls. I know they're better. I just never got the hang of them, so they were kind of hard to get used to after never using them. So I just play with sticks instead, and I like to think I'm decent with sticks.
No, the strats that you go for are very consistent and reliable. Like, I actually get it.
That's
so.
just me as a runner in general. Anybody who doesn't know me,
fair.
I actually ran Splatoon at a mainline GDQ, SGDQ 2020. I ran Splatoon it was the first time that a Splatoon game had been shown off again. So I ran Splatoon New Game Plus, and that was my first GDQ appearance, which is cool.
Uh-huh.
All right, so now we actually get into the levels here, and like I said, you're a kid. You can transform into a squid. You can only shoot in kid form and only swim in squid form. But yeah, a lot of optimizing our shots and stuff like that.
You also have one sub-weapon starting out, the Splat Bomb, which you throw it out after it's on the ground for long enough, it'll explode. It's good for taking out like little groups of enemies or distracting these shielded ones and whatever. Use the shots, you use the bombs, you get around. Level 1's a bit of an aim lab too.
Yeah.
Moving and grooving,
Moving and grooving, both of them. Sure.
honestly.
But yeah, so World 1 is kind of the same of how any percent used to be for, like, since the beginning of I almost said of time, of this game's existence. Once we get out of World 1, that's where this run and the new skip comes in, where we're just gonna go from World 1 to the final worlds.
So will we be going from beginning of time to like industrial age, or
To the end of time.
beginning of time?
Right now we're in the land before time, and then we're gonna be entering time.
But which movie? There's like 84 of them.
The good one.
Okay, so the first one, guys.
I'm also a big fan of this. This is, in my opinion, people may disagree with this, but Splatoon community, if you're listening, I'm just right. You're wrong.
Oh. Oh, no.
This is the best game. This is the best Splatoon speedrun game. Not in terms of online, but in terms of speedrunning, this is, in my opinion, it's always been the peak for speedrunning because we got some glitches.
That's
and
like
some
the
tricks.
coldest take ever. What do you mean?
Okay, but some people love 3, okay? I gotta, you know, some people love 3. There's some people who like Octo Expansion. No one likes Hero Mode.
Yeah. True.
in Splatoon 2. I'm also, and yes, me and Lancho here are both very excited for Side Order to come out. I'm very interested to see how that will be, but
Yeah, I have no idea. That's gonna be a speedrun and a half, that's for sure. But
yeah, well, it'll just be one speedrun. So,
what if it'll just be half a speedrun?
something we haven't mentioned is we are doing some specific egg routing here, which is our currency. We need 100 eggs to unlock Seekers at the end of this level. So you just want to make sure that you have enough. It's pretty easy to get up to that, though.
Yeah. Also, armor and special weapons, which are things that you can pick up off the ground as you go past them, give you 10 power eggs. You get an armor here that helps us get to 100.
Yeah,
but-
I don't need it, but I just get it just so because it's safe.
Yeah, and level 2 is based on a global cycle here. We're trying to get to the end of the stage for a certain cycle, so we can do a trick called Cannonless when we get there.
Yeah, every Mario player's dream is cannonless in every game, and we're making that dream a reality. There's actually 2 cannonlesses we can do, but one of them got cut out because of the new skin.
Yeah.
One of them was in World 2.
Don't need cannons.
Who needs cannons?
Nonsense.
So right here, this
Look.
is a wall that we would normally detour to get a cannon to ink up. But instead, we can just ink up like this. And do this. And there we go. And now we just climb up the wall. That was a very clean one, too. Oh,
Nice.
okay. Well, I lost the armor. But
You're still over 100 eggs. It's fine.
We're still fine.
You're 101. Yeah.
I got a little panicked there, but we're fine.
And this is why you collect the armor.
This is why you get the armor, even if you don't think you need it. I might be a
Works out
little.
pretty good.
I might be a little short later for bursts, but it's fine.
All you gotta do is throw your splat bomb on boss 1 a little bit earlier, so you get those 10 eggs instead of skipping them. Trust me, you do that, it'll work out. You'll be fine.
Oh.
I think it
Well,
was like 10 seconds. I think it's
Yeah.
fine.
We do have a little bit of a tech issue. I mean, continuing with the spooky Monday.
Tradition.
But in the interim, we can discuss it. You've alerted the Mario 64 runners that the Splatoon or the Mario 64 runners did away with cannons ages ago. What is your take on that?
We will never need a cannon again.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. No worries, chat. Just a few tech issues. We're going to work on that and get that all situated and get up and running. Let's be done.
It's just a case of the Garfield Mondays.
Yeah. It's a very cursed Monday. Raptured for playing Splatoon too fast. Truth. It's the new World 4. That's just the stream couldn't handle it. It's that amazing.
The stream was not ready for
No.
the 20-minute time save.
Right? To answer a question, chat. This is 100% RNG manipulation and all the other good stuff for
Yeah, this is
the
actually a
actual
setup,
speedrun.
so we get first try on every trick.
exactly.
Oh,
Okay, we're good.
All right.
Okay.
We are good.
All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But we seem to be good now, so we'll continue in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So, as I was saying, though, so Seekers are bombs that explode on impact, and they go in a straight line and leave a path of ink. So that's very good for traversal. So that's why we unlock those first. Burst bombs also have their use, but we're gonna unlock them later on. All right.
need both, but level 3's got a lot of enemy ink that you need to cut through, and it's not efficient to do that with just your shot, so
Yeah,
it works out nice.
especially at the end here.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, this level it's pretty relaxed compared to the last one. So like, there's not really much going on. Just the ending here does have another global cycle that we try to hit, and I missed it because I had to pause. But we're good.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, you barely got up that, I suppose. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
There we go.
We're good.
We are all good.
I love how wholesome the two of you are currently being, and I'm just assuming that once we get to World 4, that's going to go completely away.
The lack of World 4.
The lack of World 4.
The lack of World 2,
We don't-
3,
we
and
go
4.
to World 4. We just won't be there very long.
Yeah, we'll
that's
be there
all.
for a max of like, hopefully less than a minute.
Hopefully less than a minute, yeah. But boss 1, we got a bit of a trick here called the rapid fire glitch, which is a trick that we use to increase the fire rate of the hero shot. Every time you change sub-weapons in this game, you will fire one additional shot out of the hero shot. So if you're able to spam between the D-pad and quickly switch sub-weapons, you will massively increase your damage output. And boss tentacles just get shredded, like you're about to see.
Yeah, it's actually much harder to rapid fire glitch right now just because of the fact we only have 2 bombs. But once we unlock burst, it makes it a lot easier because I can just kind of circle my thumb around the D-pad. But right now, we have to do a little bit of a weird mash.
Yeah.
And this is also only in Splatoon 1. It's not in any other Splatoon game, which, once again, like, stuff like this is why I think this is, like, the best one for speedrunning. But hey, if you're interested
Imagine
in...
if Rapid Fire Glitch was in 2, it'd be actually insane.
True.
Especially with level 1 shot.
That would be so helpful. But yeah, if you're interested in running any of the Splatoon games, we do have a speedrunning Discord where you can learn any of them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, or Octo expansion.
Resources everywhere, and it is active.
Yeah.
Things actually get done.
Like, how radically different are the runs between Splatoon 1, 2, and 3?
Very,
Really?
Very, very. Like, Splatoon 1 is broken, but there's a lot of movement. 2 is no tricks at all. It's really basic. Octo expansion is, like, really difficult, but it's got some tricks, some movement. And then 3 is just all tricks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, I'm gonna probably focus up here, but Launcher, you want to explain what's gonna happen and why this is 20 minutes faster than it was last year?
So, in the past, you know, we're in World 1, we go to World 2, we go to World 3, and then we do a skip in World 4 to get past that, and then we'd go to World 5. That's how the route was for almost 8 years. I don't know. But instead, what we're going to do here is we're going to unlock a level here in World 2 to jump back to it. We're going to get a high jump off of the rail, and that's called jump storage. We're going to go back to the kettle in World 2, and then we're going to do some jumps off the rail to do a little skipping, you know?
Yeah, just
do a little skipping.
We did a little bit of skipping here. All right, so right here I'm going to get jump storage. It's a little awkward. Okay, I'll take third try. That was nice.
Nice.
And now, as long as I don't, like, enter the rail again, I'll keep my jump storage. And we're going to do this.
Line it up.
Okay, I messed that one up. The second one's a little hard to time, but that's okay.
The goal is to use both of these bounces to get high enough that the kettle up there is loaded in on level 18.
That's one.
You got one? Nice.
We have to do it twice.
You have to get up there for the kettle to actually load in, and then pause the game so the bomb is out there and can explode while you're still, like, stationary.
I will take one mess up on that. That's fine.
Ow.
That is completely
and
fine
just
by
like
me.
that, hey, we're in World 4.
And just like that, we saved
Awesome.
20 minutes and skipped 2 full worlds.
Yeah, World 2, World 3, completely gone from any percent.
Yeah, and now
we
this
just get the safety kettle and skip another one.
Yeah, this is the one that everybody knows. If you've ever seen Splatoon speedrunning, you know about World 4 skip. If I can ink the floor, there we go. Okay, that's fine. This is still, in my opinion, the hardest skip in the game. Ironically,
yeah,
even though there's one that skips
get
a lot
anyone
more.
at any level.
Oh. Oh, come on! I had it!
Oh!
I tried to rush it too much. I was like, I got it!
It's just a 3 pixel gap on the right, so you have to be very careful with the movement.
Wow.
I'll take third try. That's completely fine by me. Nice.
Hey, I was right.
You were right. You were wrong about the other one.
I got one of them. I got one of them.
Moncho gets third try for both of them. You got one of them. Hey, one for 2 is not bad.
We'll take it.
I'm glad it wasn't correct. I will happily take being better than that.
Let's go.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, that is the big new skip. That's called World 4 Early. Huge shout outs to Messiah who found that.
Messiah changing the game once again.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, he's found some insane stuff. He found 2 1-minute new time saves back in, or like close to like 30 seconds to a minute each. And that was back like, what, 2 years ago or something like that?
That was in 2021, yeah.
Yeah, and then this.
Ow.
So yeah, he's done a lot for the community. Ironically, I'm 90% sure that, like, so Nintendo put back up the servers for some Wii U games, and I'm pretty sure if they didn't put up the Splatoon servers, we wouldn't have found this, because I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why he went back. So, so yeah, shout out to Nintendo.
Wait, That actually makes sense. Oh my god.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know
Did you
that.
not-
That's why Messiah came back.
Did you not realize that it was like really interesting timing? Oh god, I almost died. We're good though.
Oh,
Ooh,
yo,
little-
chill,
little
relax.
scary. It's okay. I'll calm down. Again, I gotta make it scary. It is close to that season.
I'm spooked out right now. I can't watch.
Okay, my bad.
He was busy ditching the was it the blue coin?
Oh my god.
The blue coin.
Ditching the blue coin in Mario 64.
Not the blue coin.
Not the blue coin. Leaving him to die.
How dare.
Alright, so I don't do a faster cycle. You can do a faster cycle to catch this one. I'm not good at the cycle, so I just take the loss and I wait it out. It is slower, but I'd rather not risk it for the biscuit.
You're never gonna miss it if you do it like this.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
Until you fail that jump and you miss it.
I as soon as you said that, I was like, I'm gonna miss this jump now.
Wow.
It would have been funny.
Okay, so I barely have enough eggs for burst bombs, so we're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right,
And worst case, you could have gotten it after 26 too.
that is true.
But
So now we're gonna go ahead and unlock burst bombs. So you may be like, hey, you skipped from World 1 all the way to World 5. Why are you still doing the levels? Can't you just go fight the boss? No, unfortunately... Excuse me? What was that?
I've done that.
I have not done that in a while. Unfortunately, you cannot... you still have to beat all 6 of the levels in a world to unlock the boss, even though you've entered it for the... out of order. So yeah.
And the way that we'd get into the final boss, Octavio, he's got like its own kettle, and the cover on the kettle is still on top of it. I guess it has its seams around the kettle, but there's no way for us to actually clip in on an object like that.
Yeah.
And we have tried.
That is the last
But-
holy grail of this speedrun. If someone can find a way to clip into Octavio without beating these 6 levels, that would be another 10 minutes of time save. Ish.
Yeah, the run would be under 20 minutes. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
It would be like the last major thing, because there's no way we're skipping World 1. But
Yeah.
if we can find that, that's like the last piece of the puzzle that we can do.
Messiah will rise from the ashes in 2025 to deliver
Are you saying he's gonna die before then? What do you...
the ultimate skip on Splatoon 10th anniversary, the return of Messiah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Imagine though.
Nintendo's gonna release a 10th anniversary boards just to bring out another glitch.
The 10th anniversary Splatfest. Alright, so this...
Nintendo,
we're
if you're
actually-
listening.
We're gonna turn the Splatoon 1 servers back online.
Not again. So these levels, this level and the last level, are based off of online maps. There's supposed to be one in each world from World 2 onwards, and you get a cutscene before each of these levels starts, showing off both the Octolings and the Ink Striker. But because of the fact that this is the first time we've seen both of these levels, we have to watch the cutscene. We can't skip it. So it throws it off.
Usually you would just watch the cutscene for the one in World 2, and then you'd skip the one for World 3, you'd skip it for World 5 in the old route, but now, just watch the World 5 ones.
Yeah. So right here, we're gonna do some really cool routing here to unlock a level that we're gonna jump to later. We're gonna go ahead and throw some bombs off the edge here, just blindly, and there we go. Once I see the save, then I know I hit it, and I did. Good. Nice.
Nice.
That's the coolest unlock in my
feel that
opinion, because
well.
you just throw the bombs and just leave it.
They just go over there. We'll deal with that level later.
Yeah, and this is an RNG level, so these flutters are completely random and can act however they want. There are 2 flutter levels in this game. One of them, and in my opinion, the worst one in this game, is now skipped. Thank God. So
Yeah. You can only really lose like 5 seconds here. I think I've seen 7 before, but it's really rare.
yeah, I've seen worse because I've
But-
died on this level. Anyways,
Yeah, if you die, it's really bad. But
so yeah, the main thing is the ending here, because there is an enemy with a key on top of one of these flutters, and we need to get to him, and we're gonna hope for a good spawn. But right here, we're just gonna use Seekers. Once again, Seekers are very overpowered, as you can tell.
yeah, imagine doing this without Seekers and just having to shoot all that.
Do a little jump around
my.
there, nice.
scary.
Yeah, that's a scary thing to do, but if you get that flare there, there's not really a better way to do that, so...
It works.
It does work.
Nice.
Hey, that's really good.
Ooh!
That's like...
That's possible!
That is literally the worst... Or it's not the worst, sorry, the best RNG we could have gotten, so...
Hold on a sec. Can I have that in my runs?
I wish I got that in my normal runs.
Wait, can I have that in my runs? Says the current world record.
Yeah, by the way, we should mention Launcher has a world record in this category. And like most Splatoon categories. I'm just here to show you that if you don't want to use motion controls, you don't have to, okay?
Exactly.
Excuse me, can you hit that, please?
Oh no!
So
The game just said you need motion controls to hit them.
Yep.
that right there is what I like to call shot RNG, and it happened again. Love that. So when I
At
shoot
least you got the rail that time.
I did get the rail. So when I shoot a shot, as you can see, my reticle is it's pretty wide. Like it has that box. So my shot, when I shoot a shot, can go anywhere in that box. That's called shot RNG. And it just got the best of us twice there. Because I need to hit that ink rail, and for some reason, it didn't. And there's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, it's Splatoon 1. Besides 25, the randomness in this game is just shot RNG. You have to deal with it.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I don't think we're getting a 32 now. Like we definitely were on that pace before with how quick I got the tricks, but I think we're gonna get a 33 because of that.
We're fine.
We're fine.
Fine.
Hey, you know what? That's still not a 35. I don't have to eat a shoe.
Exactly.
Oh, they don't know the
shoe
backstory.
carries over.
Okay,
Oh,
the
man.
backstory behind that. I literally like 2 weeks ago, I did this exact same run for Midwest Speed Fest. I have never failed that. But it's
Short
okay.
up. Yeah, sponge moment.
Sponge moments. There we go. That's what I was trying to go. It saves for 1 second, but instead I lost 10. But yeah, I did this
Lovely.
for an online marathon. Launcher also commentated that one too. And oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm playing this so safe, man.
Okay.
But I
Didn't
said before my run started, I said in the marathon chat, I was like, if I don't sub 35, I'm gonna eat a shoe, and they said get one on standby.
Wow.
So thankfully I did get a sub 35, so we're good. And I said the same thing for this. So as long as I don't have anything too crazy happen, we should be fine. Right here, I'm gonna go for the snipe. Oh nope. Nope. Okay, we're good.
Okay, there we go.
That took a few more than I would have liked. Okay, not the best level. Lost about like 25, but whatever, it's fine. It's okay, we're having fun.
Listen, we did not get a game over.
That is true.
So it's fine.
That would be depressing.
I have gotten a game over in
have?
a race before.
World record holder, everybody.
That was back in like my first week of playing Splatoon.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna be
King
like
J is
exposed.
what King J is saying is chat, get your shoe emotes and I'll set on standby.
Shoe emotes.
Get your shoe emotes, no.
Look, I don't have a shoe
Octavio
next to me
surely
this
won't go
time.
that bad.
I don't have my shoe next to me this time. I can't do it this time. I'm sorry. I was making a joke like I will deep fry a shoe, but I don't think that's physically possible. So
Look, you can deep fry anything.
that is true.
Come over to the States and we'll show
I
you.
was gonna say me and Lancho are both Canadians, so we don't know how to do this.
I'm from the Midwest, so we pretty much deep fry everything.
It's fair. Alright, right here we're going to throw a bomb off the edge and ink that. You're supposed to go up on a different platform to get enough height, but you can just barely make that. And we saved our ink Zuka here for this, so we can do that, and then kill these guys.
Someone just wrote in chat, shoe your shot.
Oh no!
I am deceased.
I shouldn't have mentioned this, shouldn't I? Oh, what? Excuse me? Alright, we're good.
Don't die to the octoballs.
I didn't. We're not gonna talk about it. Look, we're not gonna talk about it. This run is something else, man. I got the skips first try. I got the skips first try, but then everything else is it's something else, man. This game.
This is like a certified World 5 moment.
That is true. This happens, sadly.
It does.
Sometimes
This is a low-key version of how to train a speedrunner, apparently.
Wow.
No way.
All right, I was not signed up for the slander. Okay, like, what is this RNG?
Why are you going to that block? Okay.
He usually goes over there. Anyways,
That's the pattern that works for me.
let's just. Sorry, I just completely blanked. I think I fell asleep. But we're at the boss fight now. Okay, so you may be looking at the estimate and being like, "Whoa, he's really far ahead of estimate. He's doing a great job." This final boss takes 8 minutes. Anyways, welcome to Octavia.
Yeah, this is literally 1/4 of the run. We're gonna be here a bit. Get comfy, honestly.
Yeah. And a lot of it's actually really good music, though. So.
Yeah. Like, it's good music. It's like an actual skill-based boss fight. It's just slow, you know?
Alpha in chat saying this Splatoon be wild. And look, this is how my runs usually are. Look, I want to make this run fun. I don't care if it's like really impressive. I'm just here to put on a good show and have a good time. This game can throw some stuff at you, and it did today to me. So, by the way,
preferably shredded and marinated. Ooh.
The best part about Splatoon any percent now is we skip the entirety of the lore. By the way,
Yeah.
So there's like Agent 1 and Agent 2. We don't know who they are. We were never introduced to them. Cuttlefish got captured somehow off screen and is tied up and held by this guy. We have no idea who this guy is. But here we are. We're just chilling. This is what happens when you run sticks. Okay, look.
I'm gonna remix your face. Hi, Octavio.
Also, this right here is good rapid fire glitch. This is what I mean by it's so much easier to do with 3 bombs because I can just go really quick. And there are some skips in this boss fight. This is, in my opinion, the best boss fight that a Splatoon game has also had, just because of the fact that there's some really cool optimizations we can do and skips that we can do that save a lot of time. But not in this phase.
Yeah, phase 1 is straightforward. We just have single fists. Once we get into all the other phases, there's double fists, there's optimizations you can do, like normals, fist skips, delays. I don't know how much of that you're doing, but...
I'm not doing the second one, but I'm doing the rest of them.
Okay.
You see what I do.
We're going through at a nice pace. We play tennis with the subwoofer.
Yeah.
Honestly, get out your empty bottle to bounce this back.
I don't have an empty bottle, but I have a squirt gun.
Ditch the hero shot.
I have a super soaker. By the way, shout outs once again to the fact that I ran this at a different online marathon pretty recently, but that was the first time that I think Lancho has ever seen any of the strats that I go for, and I thought he was going to make fun of the strats that I go for on this boss fight. Surprisingly, he didn't. Which was
I was amazed.
Very wonderful to me because I didn't have the world record holder laugh in my face like Tones did at my SGDQ run. Thanks, Tones.
This is the banter I was expecting.
What, me trashing the rest of the community?
Oh no. The mods are in your DMs after this one. It's all in flames.
Oh no.
I just love that we're getting like actual recipes for shoe eating right now.
Why are we actually getting recipes? What do you mean by recipe?
It's
Add a whiskey marinated and help tenderize the shoe. I recommend a mix of a quarter
Look
cup
when
of
you
whiskey,
finish phase
quarter cup
2.
of soy sauce,
already
quarter
saw
cup of Dijon mustard.
I saw it and I'm hearing it right now in my ears.
Man, it begs the question: why is this recipe readily available?
I promise you, next time I'm on a GDQ Hotfix, I'll boil a shoe, okay? Not this time, but next time.
Yeah, play like an OE cutscene. You have to do turf for. We got 6 minutes. Let's boil a shoe.
There's no way I'm coming. If I'm coming on for anything on a GDQ channel, it is not Octo Expansion. Arguably my worst of the 3.
That's
See
fair.
that's why you need to get Launcher to run it,
Four.
so the turns have tables.
The turns of, actually, that's true. You know what? At that point, I can just boil a shoe the whole run. Like, I don't need to do anything else.
I'm not even world record holder to OE any percent before. Let's get Roy Look on here.
That
Could you
is
imagine?
true. That'd be crazy.
That would be hype.
Get high techs.
Real.
All right, so right there we did a fist skip. Let's talk about the game
Yep.
again instead of shoes.
Yeah, but a fist skip is triggered when you hit back a fist to Octavio before the second one's animation starts up.
Yeah.
And then it staggers like that, causing more knockback.
The way
But
I
you can
do it
trigger that
is
easier with the
actually,
balloon.
the way I do it is actually weird because I do it with these like balloons. So yeah. That's not the way. It's actually like a harder way of doing it, but it's the way I've always done it. So, here we are. These are my
It works
strats.
Yeah. The balloon for the first one. And then we pop the Zuka.
Yep. Just again, safety so I don't run out of the Zuka.
Nice.
The other Zuka that is in this boss, which some people didn't even know that these existed. Shout outs to those people. But yeah, like that was me on my first playthrough. But yeah, the last one we're going to save for the final subwoofer because that's going to be really hard to do with just our base equipment that we're at right now. So
Yeah, like there's an Ink Zuka in Phase 4, but when you hit the subwoofer in Phase 4, it's really close to you, so there's no point in actually using it there. We're just gonna hold it until the end of the fight.
yeah, and it makes the end of the fight way easier. And there is another Octavio fist skip I'm going to go for, but it's much harder. So if I get it, it's cool. If I don't, I understand. No hard feelings. And I'm gonna tap that up there. All right. There I am.
That one works.
This might work, I think. Hopefully. All right. Hey, I got it. Nice. Okay, there we
Nice.
go. That one's a lot harder to
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah, it's weird timing because Octavio's barrier is sticking out way more there.
yeah. And right here, I'm gonna go ahead and
That's
ink
good,
this area here, so I can just swim up at the end, because there's gonna be a cutscene after this phase. But yeah, these fist skips save about like I want to say 20 to 30 seconds each, so they are very worthwhile to go for, no matter how you do it. And once again, rapid fire glitch, or as some people have called it before, because they don't know what it's called, they call it bomb spamming. So
Bomb spamming.
That also
that's
works.
That's a ancient 2015 name right there.
So this has been an interesting run.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just gonna say get ready on time in about like a minute and a half ish.
Minute and a half.
Yeah. This will still be a 33, which is surprising considering the mess ups I had in World 5, but we'll take it.
Honestly crazy. It was a bit of a World 5 meltdown, but
and some
we're back to chilling.
and some technical difficulties.
But we got to show the early skip.
That is true. We got to show off World 4 early, and
We
I
jumped
did it
all
pretty
the
well.
way to World 4.
Huh.
Hey, I got the fist skip here too. Nice. That one's really hard to do because
Nice.
it's all about how fast you can spam. So, thankfully, I'm pretty good at it. I'm gonna go for it
Good.
again because it saves a little bit more time too if I go for it twice. So yeah, okay. This one's a little scary because he's really close to us. All right, there we go, and that one didn't get it. All right, that's fine.
That's fine. You just hit this back. I'm pretty sure.
I can also
No,
get
I
this
don't
one.
think that one actually saves time.
Does it not?
I don't know.
I
don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think that one would. I don't think it would, no. We're chilling, though.
We are mad chilly right now. Right.
Honestly, dodging the killer whales and stuff, and then just getting Octavio's attention in corners.
No, I'm going for it.
Why
I
not?
got it anyway. Oh no, I did
Hey.
need it. You're right. Never mind. You're wrong. I mean,
What do you mean?
I needed it to go back here. But there
You
we
only
go.
need one.
Okay, so get ready on time. Time is going to be when Octavio slams back into his ship. So it's coming up pretty soon. And pop the Zuka. And
Nice.
oh, whoops. Oh.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, that was 33:44 on my end. So
Was that a time?
that was
That's
time, yeah.
Nice.
That was pretty good, honestly. Considering the waffling I did in World 5. But honestly, this was entertaining. Thank you, Blancho, for joining me once again for
I
this.
got you.
But yeah, that's Splatoon 90%. It's changed drastically over the course of the past like 6 months of this year. This new trick was found in August, so that's how new this is. So I'm glad we got to
wow.
show this off to the GDQ audience. If you want to follow me, I run a bunch of Nintendo games, not just Splatoon. I've shown off a few of them on Hotfix, like I've done Mario 64 randomizer and stuff like that. It's King J0444 on Twitch. What about you?
Yeah, and I'm Lantro 0 and an underscore. I'm actually grinding this category right now, trying to get a lower world record because I got one yesterday. But
Weird flex.
it was a good
okay.
time. Weird flex, he says. Weird flex. Yeah, but wait, what we should do instead of going to these speedrunners' Twitch channels is join the Splatoon speedrunning Discord if you're interested in learning this game.
That's true.
Helpful resources, helpful people.
This game is kind of the hot speed game in the Splatoon community right now because of this new skip. Everybody's going back to it, so definitely a good time to pick it up if you have the failed console. What's the Wii U?
Failed console, yeah.
If you happen to have a Wii U, find it somewhere in a basement.
I don't know. You might be sitting on one right now. Like you probably have one lying around somewhere, and you completely forgot about it because the Switch came out.
Right. Yeah, chat, get your GGs out once more for King J and of course Lantro with that fantastic Splatoon run. That was amazing to see. And before we go to break, I just want to remind everybody that in case you didn't know, your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and any bits that you cheer on this GDQ Twitch channel actually help support Games Done Quick, Hotfix, and shows like both this and the bargain bin that was before. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content, including some awesome skips that are literally just a few months old. But sit tight, do a quick stretch, get a quick hydration break in, and we will be back with some Dodo Peak by Uncle Slam. BRB. Welcome back, friends. I hope you got a nice hydration break. I totally did. Welcome back to episode Platforms of Colorful Nature on Express Lane. Quick pair of announcements. I have lost the ability to speak. It's apparently that Curse Monday is now affecting my talking. Cool. Anyway, so if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows, you might want to check out those VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you are watching on YouTube, that was fast. Hi. Make sure you press that like button on the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want, you should head over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. And as always, if you are on Twitch, just bringing it full circle, you know where to go to YouTube and go watch the VODs if you can't get enough of us. Anywho, moving on to our next awesome run with a fellow awesome speedrunner, the one, the only Uncle Slam, and Dodo Peak. All levels, new game plus. Slam, what are we going to watch?
So as the theme of the night suggests, this is going to be a colorful platformer. But this isn't just any platformer. You think of, modern platformers, you probably think, your Mario, your Crash Bandicoot, your A Hat in Time, stuff like that. We're taking this back to the retro style. Like, if you've ever heard of this little game called Cubert, that is a puzzle platformer, one of the first in the genre. And this game is very reminiscent of that. It combines Cubert with Frogger with a little bit of Snake, too. So it's a very unique take on the platform genre, but I'm all here for it.
Agreed.
And
I love the Dodo judging on that screen right now.
Oh yeah, dude, he looks like he's seen some stuff, man.
Great.
I don't know about it.
Yeah. Whenever you are ready to go, we can get started.
Alrighty, so time will begin as soon as the timer starts, and I gain control in the first level here, so I will try to give as best a countdown as I can. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Dodo Peak, and when I said it's very reminiscent of Cubert, I'm not joking. So the goal of all of these levels is the mommy Dodo we see here loses all of her eggs because, much like in real life, they decide to hobble away just on a whim, as you do. But yeah,
Rude.
So combining Cubert, the gameplay Cubert with a little bit of the Frogger formula, you just need to collect them, bring them back to safety. Nothing too huge.
Yeah.
But what makes this kind of take on the genre a bit interesting is the fact that every single time you collect a baby dodo, your hitbox increases by 1, so each level gets a little bit more dangerous as you go. So all of these snakes you see and a bunch of other enemies and boulders, etc. will be seen later. I not only need to mind the mommy Dodo and where she is, but where her entire tail is. So all the while, this requires some like very precise routes in some levels, and I don't know. I just think that adds a very nice element to the game. And I don't know what Kinjay was talking about earlier. This is the scariest game of the run because we're playing as a species that has been extinct for hundreds of years. And if that doesn't spell macabre, I don't know what does.
It's like Jurassic Dodo Park.
Jurassic.
Oh, you go Dodo! Oh my god, I love the phrases on here. Dodo-tastic, you go Dodo.
Oh yeah, no, the puns are
Oh my god.
simultaneously the best and the worst in this game.
I'm living for this.
This game is like surprisingly good. So, for reference, I got this game for free on Epic because it was free one week. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll look into this. And it's been so long since I've ever played, since the last time I played Cubert. I think it's been like 15 years at this point. And I was like, man, this should bring me back to the good old days. Boy, howdy did it ever. So right here, we're going to see our first bit of speed tech, I guess, where anytime you eat one of these melons, you get super speed. And that is one of 2 power-ups you can get in this game. The other we will see in World 2, but for now, we go fast.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah, if you know.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you.
There's puns.
Yeah, if you know me, you'll know that these kinds of puns basically give me life. So.
Yeah, the comment in chat. What is it? What does a dodo use to make bread? Dodo? Or that dodo?
Yes. So right here, we're actually going to reset the level, and that is because if you go into a level for the first time versus if you restart the level after it's already loaded, certain cycles will be different. So that boulder right there I just passed, if you play that, from the get-go, that boulder will completely block your fastest path of exit. So because you actually save more time by resetting there than you would taking the long way around, I will do that certain levels. You don't see it all the time, but it is very helpful here and there. It's also especially helpful for IL routing, which is why I have like half the records in this game.
It's like I'll make the cross-game reference and something we have in common. What is it with you and games with spikes coming out of the ground and rolling things trying to kill you?
Listen, you know how some people, like have certain types of people they're romantically interested in? My thing with video games is spikes, alright?
I was about to say, where is this going? I thought you were about to say toilet paper. I was like, wait, hold on.
So right here, we're in World 2, and each world introduces new enemies. World 2 introduces primarily these monkeys, and they have a little bit of RNG to them because the direction they start moving can change from level to level. But for the most part, they'll just try to shorten the gap between themselves and the dodo as best as they can. Other times, they just do whatever the heck they feel like. So,
what is that disco dodo that I just saw?
Listen. So that, like I mentioned before, there are 2 main power-ups, and this one in particular gives you invincibility. So anytime you eat the fruit, like the one that's about to spawn on this bridge here, you are completely invincible. Now, I do want to point out that anytime you defeat an enemy, boulders don't count as enemies. There will be a little bit of, I don't want to call it lag, but the game does slow down, kind of to insinuate, oh, monster kill. And we will try to avoid that as much as possible. Mainly because going slow is not generally ideal in a speedrun. Although, if you are going for the IL records in any of these levels, the timer actually slows down with you, so there's no real detriment to that.
Oh.
So all depends on
nice.
if you're going for IL versus RTA.
So, like, what do the coins do?
Those are basically currency.
Just a few.
So, to best answer that, I do want to get into why this is the New Game Plus category. So when you first start the game, you basically have, 1-2 skins unlocked. And the skins in this game actually do affect the gameplay. So in New Game Plus, you choose whatever skin you want. And in this case, there are 2 that give you the fastest speed. I am going with the Golden Dodo. I believe the other one is called the Cosmic Dodo. And those are, because they're the 2 fastest, they're ones we most want to use in speedruns. Otherwise, you go, I think it's like I want to say it's like 33% of the normal speed you would be here.
Oh, gotcha.
And there's a reason that the new game leaderboard is completely empty as a result.
Fair.
One thing I should also mention about this game is the controls are a little jank, because if you decide to change directions while you're still holding the initial direction you're holding, you continue going in the initial direction for as long as it takes.
Nice.
So controls are a little bit finicky, but I think that adds a good amount of charm to the game. Also a nice skill ceiling you have to master. Also, I missed that egg, so I should probably fix that. There we go.
So I'll say that the peak performance that we just saw, someone in chat has taken that and just evolved it to the next level by calling it, this is beak performance.
I think the devs might have missed an opportunity there.
Oh, 100% missed an opportunity there.
So, I mentioned that these monkeys have some annoying RNG. We're about to see an even worse example of that in World 3 here. Because World 3 introduces these lizards, and these lizards are the absolute worst. About 70% of the time they will do what you want them to, and then the other 25% of the time they'll do that. They can just randomly decide to turn around, stop for a few seconds. At the start of a level, they can go the exact opposite direction they should be. They're great, and they have never killed any of my runs at all.
No, not with that tone of voice.
For example... Oh, and now he's going the opposite direction. Yep, I love these little critters. Yep.
The lizards are like, oh, they're talking about us. Time to ruin Slam's career.
Yeah. And we're heading into level 23 right now, and despite 23 being my lucky number, this level has killed more runs in this world than any other level I can think of. So,
nice.
We're gonna pray that this goes well. Okay, he did not eat the watermelon, that's great, so we don't get the speed boost, but we didn't die, so I'm happy.
Fucking good.
So, because I like my speedruns to be educational to some extent, I have a few Dodo-related facts written down for when things go horribly awry, or when I just have a little bit of time to kill. So at the end of this level, I would like to get through our Dodo lesson number 1 of the day. So, did you know at home that the scientific name for the dodo is Raphis cucullatus? Write this down, this will be on the test.
Where did they pull Dodo out of that?
Yeah. Hey, don't look at me, look at science.
I mean, I'm a scientist by degree, and I'm still asking that question. Also, shout out to all the chemists that may or may not be watching this. I got you, boo.
Yeah, so you might be able to see that in the upper right. Oh, wow, I'm surprised that actually hit me. Yeah, hitboxes in this game are also rather nice sometimes. Usually they cooperate. Meteors, on the other hand, they, I swear, have a splash radius that is just not hinted at in anywhere in the game. Alright, we should be good here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so the timer in the upper right generally is not a bad gauge for how well I'm doing level to level, but like I said before, depending on how you do, also we're going to reset here immediately. Because we do want to reset the lizard cycle at top, and he did cooperate, so yay.
Nice.
Yeah, depending.
So can you pick up...
Go ahead.
Sorry. Can you pick up the eggs before they get to their locations, or do you have to wait till they stop
So
moving?
you do have to wait until they stop moving, but it's interesting you ask that, because in level 40, there is a glitch that can soft lock that particular level. Just based on how the mechanics work.
Well, then.
So it does take them a minute to actually settle where they need to be. However, if they land somewhere that the game does not expect them to land, so for example, well, we'll see when we get there, but if they do end up landing somewhere that the game doesn't expect, they become completely uncollectible.
Oh.
And
Well, then.
yeah, that's not great when we need to, you know, collect them. You know, at least the way I understand it.
Blame science.
Always. So, Asuka, would you like your second, and chat for that matter, would you guys like your second Dodo lesson for the day?
I am always up for Dodo lessons of the day.
Lovely, because this is one of the easiest levels in the entire run as long as you're safe. So your second lesson of the day is that when the Dodo still inhabited this Earth, it was only native to the island of Meridius.
Really?
Yeah, only to one island. I was surprised when I found that out too. Like I figured, okay, maybe they're on a chain of islands, but no, they were on like just a single island throughout their entire existence.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's really cool.
And fitting for this level, that was a volcanic island, and this particular level is just a giant volcano. Also, we need to reset there because there is a lava of meteoric rocks coming at us. That if we try to beat them, we will lose miserably in that race.
Yeah, usually meteoric lava rocks versus most things doesn't end well for most things.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't think we've ever seen a Dodo, run, fly, anything like that, so we can't really get a good gauge on its speed, so creative license.
We've also never seen a Dodo and a meteoric lava rock in the same place, so they could be the same person.
Are you suggesting that the Dodos killed the dinosaurs?
I mean, depends on how the series finale of Dinosaurs ended. Shout out to anybody that watched that finale and cried like I did.
I have not thought of that show in years. Wow, you just unlocked like a Ratatouille style memory in my brain. So back to the run. So this world introduces crabs, and they are actually a pretty manageable enemy because wherever the Dodo moves, they will move in the exact opposite direction if they're able to. So for the most part, you can just stay on one end of the screen, and they will not bother you whatsoever because they will be on the complete opposite side of everything.
Well done.
So this level introduces a mechanic we only see in one other level, and that is these moving platforms. So as soon as you hit a switch, two of the platforms will swap places, and that's all there is to it.
I'm surprised it's only in the two levels.
Well, considering the second level is the one that can soft lock, I don't blame them.
Oh, fair. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, so these crabs, based on how they're positioned, they are pretty devious to the point where even casually there is only like one set of correct moves at the start of this level.
Oh, wow.
So of all the worlds, World 4 is the one that requires the most precise paths to go through. Also, this level, so you have these platforms, they're not activated by a button, they're just on cycles. But if you try to jump where they are before they appear, the Dodo falls to the water, and apparently Dodos never learned how to swim because they will die immediately. And because I don't think lifeguards and Dodos were around at the same time period, yeah, that Dodo's kind of screwed. So this is a level I tend to take just a little bit safe, but not a particularly challenging one as long as you don't push it.
I cannot get over the picture of the three swag Dodos with the sunglasses and the loading screen.
Oh yeah, well, so each one of the loading screens shows a different skin depending on when you activate them.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
So that will show you some of the other skins. So like, I know there's a firefighter skin I'll see every once in a while. I think there actually is a lifeguard skin for the Dodos, funny enough. So I don't know, maybe they did exist at the same time. Listen, I didn't like history as a kid, okay?
It was, same. No, those were the lifeguards were just on a different island.
That must have been it.
They missed the ferry.
I think you just solved why the Dodos went extinct, Asuka. Congratulations.
I will be submitting my journal article to Science next week.
not to any like specific journal, just to Science.
Actually, no. Science is a journal.
All right. I feel like that's something I probably should have known.
Here's your random science journal facts you were not expecting in this run.
But Asuka, what do they have to do with Dodos? Actually, hold that thought, because this is the level that can soft lock.
Okay.
So I will show this off real quick. So right here, so that egg on the bottom right there, that ends on a moving platform. And if you hit one of those buttons and depress the platform before the egg gets there, it will be somewhere it does not expect to end up, and therefore rendering it completely unobtainable. So I may or may not have lost some of my earliest runs to that, and been very confused until I figured out why it was happening. So.
Oh no. Chat, the lifeguards are on a different platform cycle. That's the other reason.
I'm learning so much right now about lifeguards.
The lifeguards got soft locked because of the platforms.
Whoa, hang on. I could have sworn I waited for that egg to end there. Okay, I'm gonna play this extra safe now. You're there? You're good, egg? You're good? You're on that platform? Okay, I'm gonna lower you now.
Extra safe or extra safe?
Yes.
Slam's like, I regret. I have so many regrets showing up today.
Listen. The code of this game can get a little scrambled, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
that was terrible. I'm so sorry.
These jokes are so over easy.
So we're going into World 5 now. And World 5 introduces an enemy that I'm sure you weren't expecting in this very historical game about dodos, and those are Yetis. Yetis, as soon as you get close enough to them, will try to basically go in one direction orthogonally until they hit a wall, and they will try to close the gap between you and the dodo as quickly as possible. So they're pretty easy to avoid, all in all.
I mean, maybe this was the ending to Dinosaurs, because this is like Dinosaurs 2, the Ice Age.
It runs so deep. The lore runs just so deep in this game.
Did dodos cause the end of the series, or did Sinclair actually do it? I want to know.
But yes, like I was saying, this game is, very historically accurate because, well, again, I'll get to that at the end of this world because there's a... I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's an enemy that, if you didn't see Yetis coming, oh boy, I don't think you saw these guys coming either.
Fact in chat, Dodo fact, Yetis are actually dodos in disguise.
Shh, don't let them know. But if you would like another interesting fact about the dodo, so the dodo, currently, its closest living relative, that's around today, is believed to be the Nicobar pigeon.
The what? Is it on the same island?
No, they're actually on the island of Nicobar, which I believe is in somewhere in Oceania, I do believe.
Oh.
Actually, I think they're on a couple of islands. So I think they're on the Solomon Islands, I think they're on Palau. I think they're in parts of India.
See, that bird learned its lesson.
Yeah.
Branch out to other islands.
Yeah, maybe not live on one with a giant volcano on it. Oh yeah, Mauritius, yeah, the island's native to dodos. Yeah, it had an active volcano on it, so... Yeah, maybe not the brightest birds in the flock. But then again, they also leave the door wide open so the eggs can escape. So, I feel like that kind of went without saying.
Of course.
Alright, so we did get bad RNG there, but that's okay, because that only loses us like half a second in the worst case scenario.
Ooh, Slim, you're getting fact-checked, and so far you have been right on all counts per Wikipedia.
See, I did my
You
research.
have survived Wikipedia.
So, I said before that there was one more enemy we would see this world, and if you thought Yetis were bad, now we have Yetis in bowler hats. And the good news is, they don't try to ram you. The bad news is, they will hurl snowballs at you instead, and that makes them way more lethal, because, I mean, when's the last time you heard of someone dying via Yeti? Versus when's the last time you heard someone dying via snow?
I just want to know, when did the Yetis become odd job?
Level 48. But yeah, like I was saying, this game is very historically accurate because, as we all learned in history, the three main predators of the dodo are snakes, lizards, and bowler hat yetis. So, as you can tell, again, the developers really did their research.
Oh, absolutely. Are they bowler hats or beanies? Bowler hats are funnier.
Also, those certainly aren't beanies. That's also a factor.
You can say that is definitely our headcanon.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
I'm missing toilet paper jokes already.
Yeah.
So moving on to level 51, so we're now in the home stretch, World 6, and this world has the easiest and hardest levels in the entire game. For example, that first lizard we crossed was not supposed to be there, but luckily he was not in a particularly bad situation. Also, that last baby dodo in line just went through a little glitch that can happen sometimes, where it'll just refuse to go to the teleporter. And if it doesn't follow me immediately, the crabs will immediately snipe it if I don't stop and notice, hey, that baby dodo is way further behind than it should be.
I think it played Ico way too many times. There's like, I could be Yorda too. Evil dodo not following. The paper jokes, I can roll with that. Chat, that is a roll you don't want to unravel.
Listen, I played Shadow of the Colossus. I'm good. So anyway, this right here is, in my opinion, the easiest level in the run, as long as the lizard cooperates, which it does. Hey, he actually did not screw me over today and made me look bad. For once.
Dino-tastic. Oh my goodness.
So level 54 is going to be the second to last instance where we reset at the start, and that is because it sets lizards up at the bottom, and it actually does set up the lizards consistently despite their terrible, terrible RNG. So I can potentially get a skip here I'm going to try to go for. And I nailed it first try. You barely have enough room to squeeze yourself and your babies behind it. I genuinely think it's like a 2-frame window to get it in my testing, so...
Oh wow. GG.
Definitely something that I'm hesitant to go for in world record attempts because it is in the last like 2 minutes of the run, 2 or 3 minutes of the run, so yeah, very, very sketchy.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, so this level is... Alright, I'm glad I didn't finish that thought, otherwise I would have looked like a complete idiot, but this level is a lot like the one we saw in World 3, 4, whichever one it was earlier, except in this case, I was gonna say that you can't actually die in this level if you go too early, but I didn't say that, so you can't say I was wrong.
Nobody saw anything. Swear.
Well, of course, because as we know, dodos are also blind.
Wait, are they? Is this the hidden dodo fact? Have we asked them?
I forgot to reset there. That would have been potentially bad. Okay, so we reset here again to set up lizards on a certain cycle. I missed that egg somehow. Okay, we're gonna go back to the home menu and start that from scratch, because that Yeti is being a butt.
Rude.
Yeah, Oscar, are you telling me you've never had the opportunity to speak to a dodo?
I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Touche.
They're maybe like 5 years before my time.
All right, I'll give you a pass.
Fair.
Okay, so this level, just to show how bad these lizards can be. So right on the bottom right there, when you start the level, you can see that there's a lizard like right there squeezed between the wall and the egg. If you don't restart this level immediately, he will stay there, and as soon as you collect the egg, he will either run into your dodo or the baby right behind you. Why he starts there? I wish I knew. But if you don't reset that level as soon as you start it, it becomes literally impossible. Also, that crab was there.
That crab had plans.
Also, this monkey is not cooperating either, so this level is going about as well as I would have expected. Yeah. I will be completely honest. Any run that gets to World 6, if it dies specifically because of this level, because there is so much that can go wrong.
I believe it.
Also, that monkey is still following me, by the way, like halfway up the map.
Ooh,
Okay, here we go. I think we're good. There we go.
nice. The monkey's like, I'm just gonna make you sweat for a little while right now.
The monkeys, the snakes, the stupid lizards, the dodos themselves, because why not?
The bowler hats just by themselves.
Bowler hats. It's like the ones from Meet the Robinsons.
Nice.
Maybe that's why those Yetis are so angry.
I believe it. 100% believe it.
Like I said, the lore runs deep. Did Disney approve of this game?
I don't know, I was thinking like this lore it runs like so deep and so like ancient, it's almost like prehistoric.
Yeah, so we are actually in the final level here. So as soon as I actually return home with all the babies, that will be time. And I wish I could say this level was cakewalk, but this is more like one of those Mario Maker levels where people don't know how to make an actual level, so they just spam enemies. And it's the last level of this game. Luckily, we get plenty of invincibility here, so it's not the worst thing ever. Also, what is that crab doing? Time, by the way.
Nice.
So, very excellent ending there, if I do say so myself. And, I hope you'll learn something today. Oscar, what was your favorite thing you learned about the dodo species this fine evening?
I did love learning that the dodo's natural enemies were in fact yetis with bowler hats. It explains everything that I knew to be completely historically inaccurate. Like, my mind is shook.
Yeah, stuff like that, man, it hits deep right in here.
Slam, where can they find you and what are you currently playing?
So, if you would like to follow, I usually stream on twitch.tv/IamUncleSlam, all one word. I play mostly normal games when it comes to my speedruns. This and Give Me Toilet Paper are the only two weird ones. Of course, I say as I'm learning Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which is a game where Mario turns into an elephant. And
I mean, I'm learning Rise of Kong, so I'm right there with you. Nice.
I'm now reconsidering my last statement there, but yeah, you know, I speedrun Pac-Man games, I speedrun Mario every now and then. Yeah.
If you haven't seen Slam play Pac-Man, Slam's fantastic at Pac-Man. 100%.
Again, I just do what I do, the way I know how.
And you do it well, and chat would agree.
Why, thank you. And also, Oscar, thank you for having me this evening. I'm glad I got to show the life and death of the dodo population in video game form as accurately as as it exists.
Well, I absolutely enjoyed watching this. And again, GG from chat one more time for Uncle Slam. We have one more run waiting for you after this really quick break, so don't go anywhere because we need to have our battle for Bikini Bottom. So, BRB. Hello again, friends. We are back for the final game of tonight's Express Lane. We're doing some colorful platforming. Before we get to that, I just want to let you know that, guess what? Games Done Quick is hiring. So if you're a business developer or you have experience in recruiting sponsorships and, you kind of want to work for GDQ, apply. All you have to do is head to gamesdonequick.com/jobs and fill out your application, follow the instructions there, and we'd love to have you. That being said, it is time for the final run, just a little beloved game called Spongebob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, any percent with Rubber Toe. So, Rubber Toe, take it away.
Hey guys, it's me, Roberto, and I got a commentator here with me if he wants to introduce himself.
Yo, what's up? I'm Smiley. I've also speedrun this game and worked on strat hunting.
Yeah, I've pretty much done some strand hunting myself as well, and yeah, we're just gonna show off the game. I don't know if you want to count down for me, Smiley.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right.
Good luck.
So Spongebob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom is a collectathon, and basically there are 100 golden spatulas, and you just need to collect 75 of them, and then you can beat the final boss, and then you've completed the game. So this is the first tutorial spatula, and now we can go outside. And there's like a big hub world, and now we're gonna get into the first trick here already. So, like all games, we have some out of bounds detection, and in this game, in honor of the Hans the Hand from the show, the hand will take you off screen if you go out of bounds. But now we're entering this level while Hans is taking us out of bounds, which kind of tricks him into thinking you're always out of bounds, which means he will never grab you anymore. So
Yeah,
now we can just go out of bounds anywhere.
Yeah, we're quickly gonna see just how useful this is, especially right here, because normally we're meant to grab this spat right here with a bungee, but we can just grab it, because normally Hans prevents you from grabbing that spat, but we can just kind of grab it however we want. It's pretty neat.
This game also has a warping system, so when you've done a certain spatula, you can go into the menu and go back to that spatula. But now we grab this spatula too early, so we can trick the game into thinking we're going back, but actually we're just skipping a bunch of platforming. And now here comes like the first actually difficult trick. So we're gonna do like a damage boost.
Of course.
Ooh, almost.
No! Please tell me I got the checkpoint. Yes, okay.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. So that was not ideal, but we got there. You have to manipulate the robot and then jump from the robot and then jump into the checkpoint trigger. You can do that a little bit faster if you get a frame perfect jump, but yeah.
Yeah, this game runs at 60 FPS, so trying to get 1 frames is a bit difficult, but definitely practicable.
Yeah, especially because it's like a 3D game and you have to react to these 1 frames. And there are different animations if you get damaged.
Ooh, already missed the song. Okay, I'll go back up.
You know the backups?
We always have Patrick's house sock. It's okay.
Alright, here we're doing a damage boost. So the hammer is hitting you off the ledge, but then because you slide off the ground, the game still thinks you're on like the ground, so you can still do a bash move. And now we're climbing Squid's house, which is a bit weird, but the collision is just a bit finicky in this game. And sometimes you can walk on like certain vertices if an object is made of like the right material. And now that we have 5 spatulas, we can enter the next level. So there are like 9 levels. Jellyfish Fields was the first one.
Jellyfish
And
Fields, and then we have Gulagoon in this hub, but right now we're in downtown.
One
So
thing that's
there's
always... Sorry. Go for it.
There's also a major thing in early game, which we're doing right now, is collecting a bunch of these shiny objects by, in this example, destroying tikis. And well, they're gonna play a big role throughout the route, but in early game we have like the most like manual collection of shiny objects, so every shiny counts.
It's like what's always fascinated me about all the SpongeBob games is just how big the community is playing these games. Like, is it just that broken of a game that brings people to it, or is it just fun, or people just love SpongeBob that much? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think everyone has their own story in how they got into the game. I think me personally, like, I think most people at least played it as a kid, and then you just find the speedrun and you get intrigued, right? So,
Right.
oh my goodness, I haven't had the time to explain this one now.
What? That was a jump.
Yeah. He's gonna do it again just now, so we can try to explain it now. So he's
Alright.
gonna abuse the sponge ball here, which is this pickup. So first of all, he's doing these jumps such that he can transform into a sponge ball later, which he's gonna do on top of this stack. And then the stack goes up again, and for some reason the game stores your position as the sponge ball, and then by taking the momentum you can get a massive jump. And this time it's actually slightly different because we're taking it into a different level by using this warping system. So you can take these massive jumps across levels. But this game just has all kinds of weird strats like that. It's when I first saw it, I was kind of blown away by the amount of different things that this game has to offer in the speedrun.
Here's another one.
Yeah, that's one thing that's always fascinated me too, is just watching this going, there's so much in it that it's so fun to watch, even if you haven't played the game before.
Yeah, and it's just gonna get better as we go along, as we get more power-ups and stuff, so it's definitely a treat.
So we're gonna so first there's gonna be the lighthouse now, but it's interesting. We're gonna do this massive jump one more time in the hub itself, which is going to skip through like different hub worlds where you're supposed to get like very late into the game. There used to be other methods, but so here again we're using all these robots. Like this level is actually like it's pretty fast, but comparatively there are faster spatulas, but this gives so many shinies, which is just so important in the early game. The main thing we're gonna use shiny objects for is because Mr. Krabs, the greedy crab that he is, will give you spatulas if you just give him some money. So we're just gonna try to get as many spatulas from Mr. Krabs that way. So here we're gonna set up one more of these super jumps. So now we're gonna use this different platform, but the idea is the same. So for some reason, by transforming, it stores your position.
Gonna get the pause, so I have to wait for it to rise again. Dude, I can't get it. Okay, give me a second. There we go.
Something RNG manipulation is fine.
Oh, yeah, of course.
100%, yeah.
Oh, I don't think this is high
Oh no,
enough.
it's not high enough.
Here, I can try again. I can do the backup.
All right, we're doing it again. Just for the fans, we're doing our 4th super jump. Here
There we go.
RNG manipulations, that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the 60 FPS, like the main idea behind this is that you have to press like 2 buttons, back-to-back frames. So it's
There
kind of
we go.
tricky to learn. Wow, this is like perfect height now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
So we just jumped over like a massive wall. It's like an invisible wall, but you're not supposed to be here now. And now we're gonna do it again, but using a different trick. Again, using this sponge ball, but now we're just gonna roll across the wall here. And So this is actually like the late game area. You're supposed to first collect 40 spatulas before you can get here. The main reason actually that we get here in early game is simply because there are very fast spatulas here. And later on we're gonna get some power-ups which are gonna make us way faster. But in these levels, in this level specifically, you don't really need these power-ups. So it makes sense to do this level as early as possible.
Yeah, and that platforming right there just skipped paying a bunch of clams and just other platforming areas. Pretty nifty.
And now this is like one of the biggest levels in the game. But since we have disabled the out of bounds detection, we can go to the underside of this nut. And on top of this nut is like the end of the level. And now we're gonna bump our head into the ceiling to hit a checkpoint. And we can just use that checkpoint to skip straight to the end. At Sky.
Yeah, at the sky.
Oh wow.
I was so afraid of missing the checkpoint.
Just
Is there,
gotta
like,
do those
something you can
extra
tell?
jumps.
Like, is there something you can tell that you've hit the checkpoint, or
No,
you just
there's
have to kind
no
of
way.
hope?
There's no way to tell. You just need to know where to jump and be confident.
Wow.
Yeah, there's visuals you can use to kind of guess that you're in the right place, but you kind of just have to hope that you got it.
So now it's important that Roberto has 3,000 shiny objects, and he's gonna collect this spatula now. But it's interesting because this is in the late game area, and you're not supposed to be here yet. So now we're gonna go back to the early game area, and by talking to Krabs, we reset the Mr. Krabs spatula collections, so we can collect that spatula again later. So we can collect the first spatula from Mr. Krabs twice.
Oh, I missed the hit.
Yeah, you can't afford to miss another sock.
True. Which I can just get Patrick's sock right here with this house.
Oh, right, because you need it in early game as well.
I see a comment in chat that they can't wait for chat to see Sand Mountain, and you have my curiosity now.
Oh, Sand Mountain is insane. Absolutely insane in this
I'm
week.
excited.
So, I mean, this is a good moment to mention. So this is like the first boss fight, and the game is like split up in 3 segments. You have the early game, and then you get this boss fight, and then you get mid game, and the next boss fight. So these boss fights are actually really slow, and they only give you 1 spatula. So the main reason that we do them is, well, it would be to get to the next part of the level, but we don't need that. But they also give you a power-up, and these power-ups are gonna give us like a lot of available tricks which speed up like everything and are really important. But apart from that, this is a good moment if you have a donation to read.
I mean, I can pull up. So let me go back to our wonderful comments and mention again that. Don't forget, I should say that. YouTube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you miss out on any of our Hotfix shows, check out the VODs for GDQX. It just ended. It was super hyped though, with some amazing runs. Keep your eyes on that YouTube channel for a couple days, and you will see the VODs that you maybe got to see live. Maybe you need to catch up on the VODs and see the runs then. So definitely check those out. Just say, like, for the two of you, do you run other SpongeBob games, or is Bikini Bottom kind of like your mainstay? like the series of SpongeBob games.
Yeah, well, for me, this has been probably the main one that I've run. I have done a few of the movie video game runs, but it didn't capture me as much as this one because it just has so many cool tricks, and I don't know, it just kind of stuck with me.
Gotcha. How about you, Smiley?
This is pretty much the only game I've ever speedrun like very seriously.
Wow.
Although I have speedrun a mod of this game as well. But that I mean I already knew the movement and stuff, so yeah. I've speedrun some other games, but none of them nearly as much as this one.
That's fair. That is 100% fair.
Yeah, it's just a bit of an auto scroller here, so there's not much we can do other than just kind of mess around with the boss itself. Because normally she's supposed to hit you here, but we can just run with it and just not take damage.
Yeah, we've made a sport out of making this boss fight exciting somehow, so we're just making it harder for ourselves.
You just literally run with it.
Yeah, we call it clothesline surfing because the move is called the clothesline move or whatever.
Oh, I gotcha. So, like, does the robot have a very, like, scripted, these are the attacks in the exact order? Is there some RNG before it does the head attack?
Out of the entire game, you have these two boss fights, which take a long time, and everything else is skips. Everything else. Alright, but we've finished the boss fight, and now we've unlocked a new move, which is the bubble ball move. We're not gonna see it be used to its full extent just yet, but this level we're basically gonna do one of the most important glitches or exploits in the entire game with it. But he's doing these little boosts like off of this ledge, which make use of the bubble ball, which is quite interesting because the bubble ball is supposed to like emulate when you do bowling and you have like a run up and then you throw a bowling ball. So this you get a bit of a speed boost from it. So here he's setting up a pretty precise jump. And alright, so this is also one of the major glitches. You somehow slam into the tower and you get stuck into the slam state because your vertical momentum gets set to 0 due to the geometry. And then you can just glide across. And because the out of bounds detection is disabled, you can like go straight to the end of the level. So this is actually the end of all of Goo Lagoon, and now we can do the entire level in reverse, which is especially useful in this game because of this warping mechanic. So you can just collect the spatula, warp to the start of the area, and then collect the next spatula and just repeat.
Wow, that's so cool.
And now this is the pier, and we're going to set up one of the most major tricks in the speedrun here. So you're gonna see Roboto grab these tikis and bring them over to what's called the skee ball tent. And this is supposed to be like a forgettable mini game where you just use this newly unlocked bowling bubble ball and you can throw it into these holes. You can kind of see it in the distance now.
Yeah.
You can throw the bubble ball into the holes and they give you like a few shiny objects depending on which hole. But we're gonna use these tikis to abuse this mechanic and make it give us a ton of shiny objects. And let's go. That's a very precise throw because it needs to be in the exact right position, as you're gonna see.
Volume warning, maybe?
A bit of a headphone warning for headphone users. This is a little bit loud. Here we go. So now the bubble ball is stuck between the tikis and moving back and forth and going in and out of the trigger that gives you shiny objects. So this gives so many shiny objects, and we're gonna be able to buy all of Mr. Krabs' spatulas with this. But we're actually going to duplicate another spatula from Mr. Krabs later, which is a bit complicated and requires that we don't get too many shinies. So Roberto actually needs to watch how many shinies he gets, and he needs to be quick enough here because otherwise the shiny collection goes on for too long.
We're on good pace, I think.
This should be fine though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, is that good already, isn't it?
I need a little bit more, but luckily we can just jump here and get more.
What?
All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, the bubble ball just goes out of the frame, and then if you go a bit closer, then it goes in the frame again.
Oh
All
my
right, but
gosh.
now we have just enough shiny objects. Here we go. And now we're just doing the rest of the level in reverse. Like that was honestly for mid game probably the most major use of the bubble ball. Just to get the shiny object glitch or exploit. But yeah, as you can see, this is like a sea cave, and we're just entering it from the back. So
We
there's
just get
just a
a-
spatula waiting for us here.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
And then we use the warping system to go to the front and repeat.
Nice.
So the rest of the level is quick work. But now we're gonna actually use the bubble ball for another interesting mechanic. So there is a button somewhere that you're supposed to hit with a melon as metric, but by a very precise bowling shot from here, you can actually hit the button from way back.
Ooh, I almost went past.
Okay, so he tried to do a damage boost through the spatula into the goo, which skips the animation. But yeah,
Jumped a
so
little
that
early.
button unlocked the spatula. So that's about it for Goo Lagoon, I think.
Yep.
Chad's slightly reminiscing that there was actually a time when that level had to be done forwards.
Yep, absolutely. We've come a long way.
Wonder if I can hit
So
it.
this is actually like what you're supposed to use the bubble ball for, is for combat. That's the main purpose of the bubble ball. And we're actually finally using something for its intended purpose. I know, it's unheard of.
In a speedrun?
almost.
What?
Yeah, it's controversial. All right, Roberto is gonna go for a little bit of a boost here. Using this... First we're gonna have to duplicate this
Yes,
spatula.
dude.
Nice.
Okay, so just real quick, that could crash potentially there if you miss it. So I was really worried we could crash.
There we go. That was the boost. There we go. So that's using the bubble ball again. So since the bubble ball is supposed to emulate this running throw, it gives you a boost, and the boost is based on how fast you're moving. And if you're stuck somewhere and the game forces you out of there, then that gives you a lot of displacement. And if you bowl on exactly that frame, that gives you a massive boost, which he just used to skip some walking. It's not even a big time save, but it's still a cool skip.
Yeah, it saves about 3 seconds, but if you miss it, it hardly saves any time, I think.
Oh, wow.
But we're gonna use the fact that you can get these bubble ball boosts a bit more later. Oh, there we go. So that was actually a damage boost into a 1 frame again. So there you get this damage from the spike. And then depending on the damage animation, there's a different frame where you have to do a frame perfect jump. So it's actually quite nice to get that first try. And here we're setting up another damage boost. I mean, He's already done 3 damage. Ooh.
It goes too forward.
All right. We're gonna do the damage boost again. But as I was saying, he's already done 3 damage boost in the time it took me to explain what a bubble ball boost is. This one is also somewhat doing the level in reverse. Like, you're supposed to go all the way around the level to get here, so this is like the end. But we're not going to use this mechanic too much here, because we're just going to get these spatulas. And this is a bit of a joke world. This is like the final level, so all the levels are really difficult, and this is the final part of the final level, which is this Patrick's mind, where he just gives you a spatula.
Oh, Patrick, bless.
And now we're gonna trade in all of the shiny objects that we got from the skee ball machine. And satisfy Mr. Krabs with a lot of money.
Yeah, if anyone played this game as a kid, you know that trying to grind for shinies to buy every crab spat was a pain, but with a little bit of glitching, we can just kind of buy everything in one go.
Yeah,
How many total spatulas does Krabs have?
Mr. Krabs, by standard, has 8 spatulas, and they get
Oh, wow.
increasingly more expensive. In total, they're 39,500 shinies. And like, I don't think anyone in a casual playthrough, unless they do every level 10 times, has enough shiny objects to get all these spatulas at the end. So everyone just ends up finding their own way of collecting extra shinies after they're done with the game. So it was like a massive deal when this skee ball abuse was found, especially in the 100% category, because we had to get all the Mr. Krabs spatulas there. But now it also saves time at 80%.
I was about to say, how much time would that have saved in 100%?
More than 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. I
Like
believe
more than
you.
10 minutes.
I absolutely believe you on that.
We used to have like a bridge in Gulagoon, and then you shoot a missile at a stack of tikis, and then you just drown and you repeat for like 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. That just sounds painful.
But now the shiny collection is so fast that we can even afford to get all crab spatulas in any percent.
Yeah,
Nice.
and we actually get extras by kind of duping some of them. So instead of getting 8, we get 10 in the run.
Yeah.
But there's some steps that are just kind of complicated, but it involves like interrupting Mr. Krabs and his text and not updating certain flags, and we just abuse that to be able to buy essentially the same spat twice. And it's pretty useful.
Robert Tonem mentioned the risk of crashing earlier. That was related to interrupting Mr. Krabs' dialogue, which is related to duplicating a spatula. But yeah, so this is the second boss fight, and again, the main reason we're doing this is not to unlock any like levels or something. It's just to get another power-up, which is gonna allow us to get a major speed glitch unlocked. So after this boss fight, everything is gonna go into overdrive when we unlock our full potential.
Alright.
For the rest of the run. So if you have any other like donation messages, then again this is like the best moment, because after
Right.
this there is no more time probably.
Gotcha. Well, I do want to remind everybody that in case you forgot, a marathon called Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live and in person, and it's going to be taking place January 14th through 21st, actually in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you want to find out more, go into Twitch chat and type !AGDQ if you want some more info. And also, you might as well just head to GamesDoneQuick.com and check out that games list. That games list is a banger. And as a matter of fact, the schedule is out. So definitely check out some of the amazing runs that are going to be showcased and the amazing runners themselves that are showcasing them. It's going to be awesome, and it's all benefiting a fantastic cause.
So this fight again has like all these cycles, so we just have to deal with them. But the third part, which we're in right now, also has this interesting mechanic where Patrick is spinning around, and you can like manipulate a little bit where he lands. But still, we just have to wait, and we're almost done. Only one more hit.
We're almost about to zoom.
Nice. Yeah, in chat's been popping off more and more as the run's been going on, so I'm excited.
All right, here we go. So now it's time to enter Sand Mountain. So for the rest of the run, we have the cruise missile unlocked, which is gonna allow us to cruise boost. So Robert's gonna show that off right now. So he's basically moving at double the speed right now, which is because the bubble ball gives you a bit of a speed boost, and then we can interrupt that with the cruise missile, which we just unlocked, because it's a bit of a glitchy power-up, which interrupts things, because it hasn't been programmed very well, but then that allows us to be in a perpetual boost state by the bubble ball. This is a bit of a tricky bash, but it's actually already interesting that he's doing this within a bash, because the bash is supposed to be just an attack to like above you, but now we can use it as a move to get on top of things because of this cruise boost. And now he's actually gonna do what's called an uncapped cruise boost, which is way faster. Ooh, first try.
Got a little stuck. Okay.
This is a massive speed boost.
Oh, wow.
Which is combining the bubble ball boost mechanic with a cruise boost. So we're going at lightning speed. And this level is a massive slide, which usually takes like 2.5 minutes. And now we're just skipping straight to the end with this boost because it's in a bit of a U shape.
Oh,
We're too fast. We were too fast.
Oh my gosh.
You can even use this speed to go through walls because you're going so fast. So he had this like tiki setup, and the tiki displaced him, and then you capture that displacement, and it just gives you a massive boost. And now we're gonna do something similar in the next slide. But the setup is a bit different. But again, the idea is that you get displaced, and the bubble ball gives you a speed boost based on the displacement, and then the cruise boost captures that speed.
yeah, this one's pretty tricky just because the angle's kind of weird.
So it's worth mentioning that a cruise boost requires inputting the cruise bubble and the bubble ball on the same frame, and then this super cruise boost, let's just call them, they require you to input those on a specific frame as well. So this is like doubly frame perfect. It's really difficult to get the hang of. But yeah, now we're just zooming across all of Sand Mountain. And there's even this fight that you're supposed to do at the end of this slide, and we're just gonna skip all of that by jumping over the invisible wall. Ooh, even got a camera control. If you press L on the frame, you grab a spatula. For some reason, you can still control the camera, which allows you to move around. Which usually doesn't help, but sometimes it does.
And that was Sand Mountain.
All
Yeah,
right then. Yeah, I see what people meant about looking forward to Sand Mountain. That was wild.
And now we're just gonna go through all of the other levels in late game. Sand Mountain specifically, because all of the levels are so big, these massive boosts have a huge effect. But a lot of other levels are smaller, so it makes more sense to get just a regular cruise boost and do some platforming. So this is like also a massive level, and you're supposed to do all of these puzzles. But now that we have a cruise boost, you can just use the bash to get across some massive gaps, and then this is already at the end of the chamber at least. So this is a bit of a mini boss fight. There are 3 mini boss fights. But this mini boss fight has a debug trigger out of bounds. So he's using the cruise boost to clip out of bounds and then touch the debug trigger, which instantly ends the fight. And now he actually did a animation skip by bowling into the spatula while warping out. And if you then do a cruise missile on the frame that you enter the next level, then you can skip the spatula animation and get a weird camera glitch. But yeah, as you can see, this cruise boost mechanic is kind of overpowered. It's really difficult to get the hang of actually, because the bubble ball, in order to help you aim, it makes you turn way slower. And since the cruise boost locks you into this bubble ball, it's very hard to turn around when you have a cruise boost, and it takes a lot of practice to get the hang of the way you move around. Oh wow, that was a perfect ballroom.
Nice.
Second try DBB, but we're good.
That DBB is so difficult. Here we're just using a cruise boost to grab 2 spatulas at the same time. No big deal.
Yeah, you weren't kidding by saying as soon as you got the cruise boost, it just blows open the speed run. This is awesome.
Yeah, it surely unlocks the full potential of the Spongebob. And here we're going for another extra fast cruise boost in this segment. This one doesn't save quite as much as the ones in Sand Mountain, but I mean, speed is speed, right? We are speedrunners. Who cares if it's 8 seconds or 30 seconds?
Right?
And now we're drowning with the spatula, and then by doing a frame perfect jump, you can skip another spatula animation, which is just like 6 more seconds.
Yeah, you can see him turn around there, and that means you had the spatula stored. So by going into the loading zone there and loading the trigger, you can just skip that animation.
And now we can do the entire level backwards again, because this is another one of those levels. These levels are like in a loop, so you have the last segment loops back to the beginning, so you can abuse that system and do the level backwards. We also abused the timing mechanic, because you have to beat Mermaid Man's time there, but by using the box you can just trick the game into thinking you went down the slide.
Hey kid.
Love it. I like those random like close-ups that SpongeBob does with the camera.
They put a lot of work into the animations in this game, I think. I think the animations in this game are so true to the show. It's great.
It's like there's so many games that are like show or movie based that are not like done well, but I've noticed with pretty much any SpongeBob game that I've seen, there is a lot of care put into these games.
It's interesting. I think because I still think this game was very rushed, because they still had to do it out in like a bit over a year. I think they had for this game.
Oh
but
wow!
But there's one like main programmer who I think reportedly put in like 60-hour work weeks while working on this game because he loved it so much.
Oh my gosh. That is impressive.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Also, we just did another glitch right now, if you noticed. We got a spatula from
Yeah.
Mrs. Puff, and usually to get that spatula, you're supposed to collect 6 paintings from rock bottom. But we do what's called collectible counter abuse, where we take collectibles from one level and bring them to another. So earlier we were getting these wheels in downtown Bikini Bottom. And by getting 6 wheels and transferring that number over to this level, we were able to just go in Mrs. Puff's trigger and just collect what would be the art spatula.
Yeah, that also uses the cruise bubble because it's just such a glitched mechanic. If you press the cruise bubble on the first frame, then the counter doesn't update. And here we're just doing a lot of cruise boost movement and doing a ledge grab to not get the collision from the wall.
Now, a lot of these tricks that you're doing, are they available in the rehydrated version of Battle for Bikini Bottom, or is it just exclusive to the OG one?
No, the rehydrated is like completely new programmed, so all the glitches don't work.
Oh, gotcha.
They have their own wild set of glitches, though, for sure.
I believe it.
Especially some glitches related to lag are really weird in that game, and you can go skip to the end of levels by abusing lag in weird ways. But I'm not an expert on the rehydrated version. I've never speedrun it, but I've watched some of it.
Or I guess chat's mentioning that there's TASs of BFBB out there.
Yeah, there's there is an any percent TAS, and there is also a jumpless TAS, which tries to get as many spatulas without ever jumping. And we, for a while, we have the task competitions. We also do those.
Oh, that's cool.
Because this game has so much tech. Like, this in real time, you can't really appreciate all the tech because not everything is always fast. But in the task competition, every tech has been used pretty much. So Robert is trying to get another one of these massive speed boosts here. This one is insane. This one is gonna break this level in its entirety. This is the best segment in my opinion.
Nice.
This one's probably the hardest one, though, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. This setup for getting it's so hard. You have to be in the exact right spot, and you have to do a cruise boost on the exact right frame, and it's really hard to tell because you need to be displaced by the tiki, and it just looks weird. And you need to have the exact right angle as well.
Yeah, luckily the starting angle can be got with just a diagonal D-pad angle, but everything else is just super hard. But it looks really cool once it's done, so...
Just a couple more tries, I swear.
Yeah.
It's the nerves.
Yeah, you got this.
This trick is insanely difficult.
Ooh.
I don't go for this in runs, just saying. Ooh, here we
What?
go. So now we have enough speed to even jump through walls. So we can just get out of bounds, clip through the wall here, get another spatula. Here we go.
What?
Now this is what speedrunning is about.
You can't see my jaw on the floor right now.
This level is extra interesting because there's so much going on with the movement as well. Like with the sand mountain slides, you just go from start to finish as fast as possible. But here we're collecting 3 spatulas and a sock. It makes it so cool. Here we go.
What?
Now we just have to finish with the last few spatulas in the graveyard.
There we go.
It doesn't matter how good you get at this game. Cruise boosts will never be consistent. Just pressing 2 buttons on the same frame is hard enough.
That was so cool, though.
Here we're using a bit of a weird, like, hitbox to climb the wall here. Skip a little bit of a jumping segment.
Chat mentioning the Hans disable at the beginning helps in this area.
That's right, but there's this spatula which we got by falling down this pit, and normally you would get grabbed by the hand.
Oh, gotcha.
There's also a bit of an interesting thing here where you're supposed to also hit these lasers, but because of an oversight you don't need to. Alright, this is, I think, the last spatula, right?
Yeah, pretty much. At least in level.
Yeah, now we're just trading the remaining socks. So I think I haven't even mentioned this, but Patrick just gives you a spatula if you find 10 of his socks. So we just pick out the 20 fastest socks.
Thanks, Patrick.
And now we're gonna use this is a bit of an overlap thing. So you need 75 spatulas, and we grab this spatula, and during the animation we can unlock the door. It's a bit of a small optimization. And now we have the final boss. So just like the boss from earlier with Prawn, this one actually has a debug trigger, but this one is a bit more tricky. You need to get very high up in the air, but luckily, and this is actually one of the oldest tricks in the speedrun, but luckily there is a way to get a lot of height here using an attack from the Robo Spongebob, which just requires a precise jump timing. And this is the final spatula. For this, you need a precise bounce with the cruise boost to land on the brain. Normally you're supposed to do a lot of combat segments here, and then you get to the brain where you have to hit 3 fuses with missiles from the outside, but we're using a cruise boost to clip inside. And now we just hit these 3 fuses from inside. So that's 1. Here's the second, and when the 3rd fuse is hit, then the time should end. So here we go. There's the last fuse, and time. There we go.
Wow.
What's the time?
Give it a couple seconds to let it catch up, but it is most likely going to be in the 47-minute range. Maybe 48 flat. We'll see. It is. Looks like about 47:53.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was aiming for sub 50,
awesome.
so let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with like the graveyard took you like a minute.
Oh yeah, but it was so worth it. It just looked so good.
It's
Oh,
the best
100%.
segment.
And chat popped off when they saw that, so yeah, that was fantastic.
I'm becoming a lawyer.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, where, for both you, Roberto, and you, Smiley, where can chat find you when you're streaming? What do you play? And if people want to get into this run, where can they go?
Yeah, so I'm on just twitch.tv/rubbertoe64. And I mainly just speedrun this game, so yeah, hop on by. And if people want to learn this game, they can definitely join the BFB Discord and just look at the leaderboards, and there's resources and stuff everywhere. Everyone's super helpful. So if you just go in there and ask, someone will help in learning the game.
Awesome. And Smiley, how about you?
Yeah, I don't stream too often, so I guess mostly I have a YouTube channel where I post off my runs and all the two-assisted speedruns as well. It's Smiley the Sandman.
Nice.
Sandman is also from this game.
Awesome.
Do you
Again, go on.
Do you want to plug other runs, Rubber?
That's just a YouTube channel that I'm running with a buddy called Other Runs, but it covers some speedrunning stuff, so there you go. There's a shout out.
Nice. But yeah, everyone, one more time, GG's to Rubbertoe for that fantastic run of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. That was so cool. And yeah, that graveyard was fantastically worth it. But that is it for today's episode of Express Lane. Tomorrow, we'll be back starting at 7 p.m. Eastern with Game Masters, and followed that with How to Train a Speedrunner. So you're going to want to check out those shows. They're going to be fantastic. But for right now, stick around and we are going to go say hi to some friends. So until next time, take care, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.